than friends, less than lovers, pals. Oh, yeah.
And we're live.
Kind of. We're alive. You're alive.
Do you see how quickly we turned that into like a church sermon?
And that it? It was easy as that.
Easy as that.
Easy peasy.
You take
Brush your
just
hands.
kind of a
episode over. Honestly.
Common saying, flip it,
Take that home with you. Add a little bit of a zest to the way that you enunciate.
say
Go
it.
crazy with it.
Anytime you hear the word live. But we are live in a couple ways. We are live, as we said, alive.
Check. I'm alive. Pulse is going.
Check. For now.
We're live in the sense that we're living in this moment.
Mm.
And you are living in this moment.
So
But
take
we're
a
not-
moment for that. Take applause for that.
Applause for that.
Applause for
However,
that.
we are not in this moment together necessarily.
No, this was recorded at a different time, and unless you are us or our new producer, you are not here with us.
Yeah.
So, what we're talking about
What do we mean when we say live?
is we are gonna be live. The pals are gonna be live.
What do you mean?
Mhm. We have spent almost a year
Mm-hmm.
building this kingdom.
Welcome,
This
building
play
the
palace.
Palaxy.
Oh, palace.
No, I know. It's okay. But Palace is also part of it too. If
Yeah,
you're aware,
right.
Palace is our future duplex.
Galaxy
Palaxy
is kind of the general orb.
the multiverse of
uh-huh.
pals.
Mhm.
But there's going to be a new addition to that multiverse. There's going to be a planet that, yeah, you can travel to, folks.
It's real.
You can go through that atmosphere,
It's
get
not
this
just
breathable air.
In the same space.
I'm
We-
breathing, it's okay.
Not obviously, but we're not currently at touring level.
No,
We're
when we're
coming to you as soon as we can. But for now, we're keeping it local,
keeping it local, pouring into the city.
pouring into our communities, which is what we hope you all do too.
Yeah.
But we are going to be having a live show on April 26th. So
Yay.
if you live in Los Angeles and want to come to the Pack Theater on April 26th,
It's a Saturday night.
mm-hmm.
Little bit late. But we'll be going out afterwards for something.
Yeah,
We'll be having a good old time.
I think we're gonna try and plan an activity after the show to like have a chance to commune with everybody and
Mhm.
everybody get to chit chat and have fun.
And what is the show?
What
is
the
the show?
Is it just
the
this?
podcast?
Is it the podcast?
Is it
Is it just kind of
this?
the podcast but live? Because people do that and that's fine.
People do that.
But in addition to the podcast, we have so many hobbies.
There's a lot.
We got a lot going on.
You can see multiple hobbies actually just
happening
on this
right
set.
here.
We got felt. We got crazy stuffed animals. We got
Doing
this
whatever
window.
this is.
Maddie was killing it on Facebook Marketplace when she listed these windows.
And then
People
never
were
sold
going
them.
nuts.
I was like, wow, people really want these. I should make them. Didn't.
Doorbusters.
But I think that it's going to happen someday. People in
Doorbusters
cities,
for
I think,
window.
really wanted them because it's like you don't necessarily always have control of your windows. So let me paint you one.
But she won't.
But I won't. No, I think I will someday.
I think and it's gonna be amazing.
I think when I have enough.
Once we get past this live show, guys, we've had a lot of things that have been bouncing around in our heads. As you are aware, there's about 33 pinballs at all times between the two of us.
And I think one that kept coming up for us as we are entering this kind of like, oh, okay, what does it mean to be speaking to people?
Yeah.
And what is
Okay.
the best way to like accurately get across what we're trying to say?
What is the best way to garner a community?
The best way to like foster an emotional connection with not just us, but with like the people within the group.
Yeah. We have also, again, as you have heard in the past, we took some ClassPass classes. We have also dabbled in many docuseries.
We've explored all the different avenues of we've read books, Art of Gathering, loved that book about what it means to gather, But in our research, in all research, you gotta see it all.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look at the great examples,
Mm-hmm.
and you should like the positive ones that really emulate what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta see the ones that went wrong.
Mm-hmm. And but particularly, I would say that there are more lessons to learn from the ones that went wrong.
Yeah.
This sounded pretty fun for a second. And what are we beating? Sorry, we're beating around some bush. There's a
This-
bush going,
yeah.
stop beating around me.
Everyone's going, we're having fun, but you don't believe them. And we don't want that for our group. So we have stumbled upon one or two or a few cultish
Shows, examples,
movies,
Love Has Won on
Documentaries.
HBO Max.
Just
Twin Flames.
some really crazy ones. And I do think it is important
So
to
many, actually.
look at these and be like, what about this was so magnetic to people, but also what about it was so detrimental?
What went wrong?
Whoa.
And what if, in analyzing all of this data and knowing what we do, we found a way to make
And then
and you're gonna freak out when we say the next word. You're gonna get a vision in your mind, but we're trying to change that.
And it's gonna sound like what all of them sound like at the beginning, but that's not what we mean it this time.
We're gonna be different, guys. So when we say
the good parts, that's gonna be always.
What if we could make a fantastic cult? What if?
No, just stick with us. Stick with us.
When you hear cult, you think like, oh,
they're gonna do
people
something
there's
twisted.
power
We
dynamics.
don't want to
It's
do
not
anything
like that.
twisted.
Here's the thing. I feel like we've learned from so many of their mistakes. I think the key thing is don't abuse people.
And I think that there's two things that really go wrong with the leaders. Okay,
Mhm,
one, our stars have fallen. Wow. Two key things. One, these people really want attention. Ooh. That's not necessarily untrue for us, but in more
But
of
also,
a,
we would be
I
doing
think
it to
more
no
of in a
one.
court gesture way. Yeah,
Mhm.
like it's kind of like we're gonna be doing it anyway,
Mhm.
and if it brings you some joy, we'd love to have you.
So our show on April 26th is actually an alter. You will meet an ascended version of ourselves.
Yes, we again, as we said, we have many hobbies, and one of them lately is kind of becoming like gurus in training, I guess.
I guess you could say gurus in training.
I guess if you had an Eventbrite that had a description of the show, it might say gurus in training.
You know what? Yeah, I'd probably say join Gurus in Training, Maddie Halliday and Millicent Starr,
As they journey to
the
astral plane. Now,
so the show is called. Sorry, it's taken so long. Actually, an insane amount of time. We just looked at our timer to tell you the name of the show, which is crazy. It's called Pals from Above.
that's kind of all we're gonna tell you. It's so if you are in the Los Angeles area and are interested in coming, we would love to have you. Go to heytherepals.com. We'll post the Eventbrite.
We'll get it
Is that
up there.
something you can do?
I can do. Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
can crank
brother.
that bad boy up
My
there.
Wix master.
Ooh, I don't know that we would call it a master. Anybody who's gone to the website recently and sees that pop up halfway down the screen, guys,
No.
I'm learning every
You're-
day.
Doing amazing.
Thank you.
I think that you're also maxing out Wix's abilities. I
Yes.
think that's part of it.
We are also. I mean, do we? Real quick sidebar.
I don't know. Why should we?
You're so right.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's more like
So
I
we're
hate
actually
to bring this decision to you, and this might happen at Pals from Above. Sometimes we do need to confer
Mhm.
too, because again, that's what we're trying to learn about being good leaders. We are trying to see where these other leaders went wrong, and a lot of it is they just kind of started asking people to do things for them. Yeah. That's not what
We don't need it. You're good, actually.
Yeah,
The only things we'd be asking you to do would be, hey, hop in on this group craft if
join
you wanna.
in here or do whatever you want to do that you feel like you could contribute.
Yeah. Do you
That
know
is the beginning of a call?
Do you know how to weave?
Bring that to the table, but
do you
it's
know
not
how
for
to
us.
cook?
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
But in that, sometimes we're gonna have sidebars of when to release certain pieces of information. So we're gonna hold
Because
off
obviously
on-
there is a grand plan. Every, leader is going to have some
Yeah,
type of a
and-
grand. And we want you
a
to
lot
be
of it's
aware.
like surprises. We want to bring you fun surprises, and we don't want to reveal them before it's their time.
And also be aware that by coming to Pals from Above, what is happening in that room is it's not a secret necessarily.
Mm-mm.
However, we are creating this.
And we
Okay, we'll say it. Cult. We're
we've
creating
been saying
this thing.
cult, but a good cult.
Guys, you're going to have so much fun. You don't got to sign up. You don't got to list your name or anything.
No.
Well, you got to sign up on Eventbrite. You got to
You
pay
gotta
for
sign
You
up,
got to
you
get a
gotta pay
ticket
on
on
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
But come, because here's the thing: we're not gonna be posting it for a long time. Like if ever, I don't know. We might use pieces of it, but like you're not gonna be able to see the whole thing unless you're there. Because
And I'm not gonna say
pieces
that-
are gonna be special.
I'm not going to say that you're watching us develop this in real time, but you kind of are. In a say that we have a
Well,
framework and we have yes, actually,
That
hold
kind
on.
of introduces
We
us to
can't
our
say
next
much.
topic.
We also just can't say much more, and we're being vague on purpose because
But
it's going to be.
I think that intros us to. So we have our show. Come visit us. But we, in this journey towards our show, have begun to get into improv again together, which you and I have both yeah, trigger warning. Sorry, we're
Sorry,
talking about
guys.
improv today. You know. We're
You
gonna
know
we're gonna
that.
have to and we're gonna be chill about it.
We're gonna be really.
We're not gonna be
I
too-
swear
we're not
we
gonna
will
do
be.
an improv scene for you, don't worry.
No, you have to
Because
come to
this kind
Pals
of is
Live
always-
for an improv scene.
It's not gonna be it will be improv, but not in the way you're thinking.
Yeah, don't worry.
Like, what does that mean?
Us saying it's this, but it's not
It's
this.
experimental improv.
Yeah.
Does that entice you or does that make you feel repulsed?
Or does that make you be like, I absolutely don't want to go
Ooh.
now? Come on, guys.
It'll
We're gonna
be
have
fun.
and you can get exclusive merch if
Yeah,
you come
yeah,
to the
yeah.
events. And the exclusive merch is like a sticker, a really cool
Snoosh.
one. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll bleep.
We're
should
giving
we
away
bleep
too
that?
many secrets. See, we're the leaders, but we're also one of the girls.
So, we've begun doing improv again together. Now, Maddie and I have not officially like done improv, as in we are both aware that we are both doing improv.
We've done improv together. I mean, we've done improv together in college.
And then we did it a little bit out here our
We've
first
done it
year.
separately out here, kind of, though.
Well, I remember there was like 2 times in our living room
oh.
with Ben, you,
Oh,
me,
yes.
Ben and Jake, I think.
Yes.
And we just like did it like once or twice.
Just for fun. And we're
Yeah.
like, that's fun, but kind of like.
And then we didn't.
and also, COVID started happening, and
yeah,
it was like,
kind of like there's a lot going on in the world.
again, our conversations are already
Yeah.
mostly improv. I mean, all
Everyone-
conversations- Hey, some
Wow.
food for thought for you. Every conversation is improv.
Kind of like Gusteau. Anyone can cook.
Anyone can improv.
Again, guys, I promise it's not.
Our
gonna be that
director
much
behind us
improv.
is going.
She's going. Stop. People
Stop,
hate
stop, stop.
improv.
People hate.
The numbers
people-
show it. They do.
Ratatouille numbers not looking good. We're like, why? Why do people dislike Ratatouille now? The War on Rat. Sorry, that's triggering for New York City people. We started doing improv again together,
And we've said that 15 times, I think, in the last. Sorry, guys.
and then we've started
Yeah.
improvising.
We're very excited about everything because, frankly, we had done it in college together and it was really fun. But I think that our relationship has deepened so much more.
And also that kind of improv was there were so many people involved.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't very often that it was just us getting to do it back and
Mhm.
forth together.
Mhm.
And
And our relationship is
yeah. And Maddie has been doing, not to out you, Maddie has been doing improv more in the, like, she's been doing it at, like, a theater and,
Yeah.
like, on a team and, like, so, but that's how we met our intern.
our
Our- well-
intern, that's how she heard and she applied. Our intern Lucy.
That's how we met her. But the other night we did improv all together, all 3 of us on our back porch, and it was just, like, lovely. And it was definitely a, like, moment of, for me, having not done it in a minute, I was like, I want some more of
Yeah.
that.
Well, because
want
it's just
some-
so in your blood, Millicent. Like, it's
Unfortunately.
just so natural for Millicent.
Unfortunately.
So it's so exciting to do improv with. So if you're not familiar, improv is a comedic art form, or it doesn't have to be comedic, but an art form, a performance art, where everything is completely made up. Sometimes it goes off of a one-word suggestion. Sometimes people talk to an audience and get like stories and then do kind of like a made-up scene about it. And
Sometimes people are making it like it's a 20-minute play.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like one-off
there's
scenes.
different forms to
Whose
it.
line is it anyways is called short
Short
form.
form.
That's like games, like quick
Just like
little quippy
making one little
games.
quip jokes like
And then
things you can say to your mom, but not your girlfriend.
long form is if it's like longer scenes.
Mhm.
Pretty straightforward.
It's honestly pretty straightforward. But then there are other form names, which don't worry.
It
We're
overwhelms
not gonna
me.
get into that. Yeah, there's a lot. But a part of that, a core part of improv is this concept of yes and. And I know we've discussed this many, many ages ago, but we're gonna kind of bring it up in the theme of today as well. Which is this idea that you are entering the scene, not knowing what's happening sometimes, and whatever the person you're in the scene with or the people you're in the scene with, whatever they say, you are going to agree to and build on.
Mm.
Because if you're saying no to this fake reality you're building, then it gets so
You're not gonna-
confusing. And
if
then
somebody's
it's like,
trying
are
to
they
lay-
crazy?
Somebody's trying to lay a brick and you kick it out. It's like, well,
Well, no, we're not going to build this wall.
okay, well then like what brick do you
How are we
want
going
to
to build a house? How are we going to build a
Yeah.
palace?
Yeah. So I think that's definitely like some Del Close or somebody quote like you
Well,
bring a
it's the
brick, I
plane-
bring a brick. Oh yeah,
It's the plane thing. It's like it feels like you're falling and trying to build a plane at the same time.
falling and trying to build a parachute.
Parachute, yeah.
on
something
the
like
way
that.
down. I don't know.
Something along
But
those
the
lines.
idea is that everybody going into it, you have a mindset with the person that you're going into a scene with that this space is safe in the sense of I can take these chances and it's
Mhm.
going to be received and also elevated.
welcomed and
Yeah.
built upon.
Um,
Which is such a fun concept. And so I guess to introduce the theme, I don't know a better intro into the actual theme.
yeah, because improv is, as we have given a lot of disclaimers, it is one of those things that I don't want to say polarizing, but it's definitely something that
because improv, and I'll say it, bad improv, which I've done a lot of bad improv. Everybody does bad improv.
Everybody's done bad improv.
If you've done improv, mostly, unless you're like the 1% that's incredible at improv, you've done bad improv. It's not fun to watch.
No, not fun. To be in, it can be fun, but it's not good if you're realizing that it's not good.
And you're going home.
If you're not realizing that it's not good.
So it's taking a risk. And I think anytime you take a risk in a way, in a kind of, especially a performance art like that, it can be really vulnerable. And it can be really easy to have it go wrong. And then it can be really easy to be not made fun of, but sure, made fun of, but to be criticized. To feel like you're going to be criticized for messing up.
Some could say that improv in certain scenarios could be cringe.
Whoa.
Ooh, cringe. Ooh.
Theme alert. Theme alert.
Everybody knows it's the theme now. Cringing.
Cringe. And
the concept of cringe, or if you're not familiar with the word, we've looked at our demographics before.
Yeah,
it's a smaller demographic, but we've looked at them.
And we're not trying to sound like older people who just found out what the word Riz means. Like, we understand cringe, but we want to talk about it because we feel like it is just becoming so much more common to dismiss things because they're cringy. And we want to clarify what kind of cringe we mean. We are talking about the type of cringe that is like when you are doing something that authentically brings you joy, and then say it goes wrong or like it doesn't go as planned, and you immediately feel that judgment of like, people are gonna make fun of me. And maybe people do, like, sorry, like, people are critical and like say things are cringy, but it's kind of learning how to embrace that and being like, okay, they can think it's cringy, but I like tried something and had fun.
I didn't cringe. And if you did cringe, it's like,
okay,
dismantling that. What is it? Is that actually just you being
bad?
uncomfortable in this moment, and that's like okay for you to be? But I think that there's like, with younger crowds, I think and this is truly just in the sense of seeing comment sections a lot of times. In younger crowds, I think that there is like, we grew up with kind of, it was the like, we were on social media, but it was at the beginning of it. I think now the way that kids are growing up, everybody is seeing everything. And there are certain niches that are meant to be kind of just like insulated to themselves. And we'll get pushed like a niche of like kids that like a certain card game or something like that. And they're getting pushed to other kids at the school. And it's just like, it amplifies the ability for people to judge. And I think this is the first generation of people that have grown up never not being perceived in some way and in multiple places. So it's just kind of like there's a fear to be cringe because of that. And I feel like it controls.
That's what I was going to say. We've talked about this of that Bo Burnham interview when he was doing 8th grade and like talking about that concept a lot of this generation, especially the generation a few, like you were saying, a few years younger than us. It's the first time that we have had a group of people has been able to do something and then instantly review it back. And that kind of constant feedback of being perceived is really jarring. And I don't think that's going to go away. I think we can try and limit our phones and stuff like that, but I don't think capturing ourselves in that moment is ever going to go away. I think it's only going to go up. I think the Google Glasses, stuff like that. And I think it's more of just learning how to be aware of it and release the actual judgment that you feel in that immediate moment to yourself. And just kind of more be like, and that was a moment in my life, and I'm grateful I have that captured.
Yeah. And is this person that is like cringing at me, is this somebody that's actually in my life in day to day that I like? And if they are, okay, let's observe that. Why is this person that loves you like cringing
why are
at
they
that?
Being so critical?
But also like, if there are people, if you make someone cringe, who cares? But like, actually though,
if it's something that's bringing you joy or and not to bring Doechii up like we do every episode, but I think that's why she's so successful right now, because she was willing to try. Like she's been trying so many things that I think people would have perceived as like cringy or like not. And I think especially like trying something and it not hitting this like instant viral success now too is seen as,
I feel like there are so many people who are successful in their fields because they were like weird early on and they like let themselves be.
Yeah.
And if you haven't started being weird and you're like, is it too late? It's never too late.
No.
And we've talked about like the freak flag in our previous episode. We talked about like letting your freak flag fly to like attract other people, but this is a little bit different just in the way that it's more of a release of the perception of others. Letting your freak flag is more about like really burst from you.
Yeah, that's all about you. This is kind of talking more about the concept of you doing something and then feeling the reactions of others.
Yeah, feeling the reality of your decision. Because we made a decision about 2 weeks ago that we were really excited about, and then we hit reality.
And reality took a moment to adjust to. And
Yeah.
we're going to tell you about that when we get back.
Momentarily.
House.
That's really good.
We're getting there.
We're getting there with my ocarina and Maddie's harmonica.
Just two girls. Again, lots of hobbies.
Lots of things that we have
Again.
tried, and gifts from Five Below and my mother.
And I don't actually know where I got this. And Papa. The birds are from Papa.
My
These
mom's
are-
going to see that and go, that wasn't from me. That was from your great uncle so-and-so. Or something.
Or she'll go, I got that from a yard sale. And you'll be like, oh.
Oh, we
Either end of the spectrum. I don't know if we talked about it before. These birds up here are, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're not, you can go to @Won't You Be My Pal on YouTube. We have these birds that are custom made by Papa and Sydney. Sydney knitted the hats.
We need to wear we really do. Need
Yeah,
to wear
we
the
have these
outfits.
outfits. That's why she made it.
Yeah.
And truly, I don't know why it just has gone to the back of my closet.
Yeah.
And so we need to.
We had a
We'll do
Target bird problem for a minute.
And this was
Not a
Papa's. So
problem.
honestly,
we were having a blast.
but a genius move on Papa's part of just making us one bird that she's like, these are you. Just like be happy with these ones.
And we
like,
were.
"Great." And we were. We haven't
were
really bought many
happy.
since.
No.
So we had introduced the idea of we had done something that we kind of felt the weight of our actions, being perceived.
Because
By our
sometimes you have an
choices.
idea and it sounds like a lot of fun. And sometimes
of
you
fun.
act on that idea and you're having a ball acting on it. Oh my goodness.
So fun,
and
so
then
fun.
sometimes the moment comes when it's time for that idea and the time and everything to
Fly.
to grow. And you get scared in the moment. You go,
whoa.
what if she's not ready?
Whoa, what if
The skies,
what if people are a little not vibing with this?
what if the skies are cruel?
Guys, when we have like real green screen money, where you know we're gonna have a clip of us falling. We really want to do one of those. What is it, iSky? Yeah, those indoor skydiving things, iFly. Oh.
JoJo Siwa goes all the time.
Didn't you go to the one by like Margaritaville in
think she went-
Universal
yeah.
City?
Which is crazy because that one, there's an iFly. If you don't know what it is a tube and it's indoor skydiving.
And
But
you
they
just kind
have-
of,
yeah, you just,
but it
if
looks
you're
awesome.
if you're not good at it though, it is kind of like vulnerable
But
appearing.
I think yeah, because they gotta be
But-
helping you.
There is one at Universal City Walk, not City Walk, yeah, Universal City Walk, in the middle of like a Margaritaville, a Buca de Beppo. It's all these chains, and there are
This
always
chocolate
people
factory.
around. And so if you do it for the first time, you're doing it in front of all
Everybody
these people.
and all these like tourists and stuff. Fun fact, if you don't know, Universal, where Universal Studios and the amusement park are, and Universal City Walk, it's a real city. It is a actual like landmark city. When you go on the Universal tram tour, they tell you about that because you go by the
She's been
fire.
to Universal so many times.
I probably could give the tour at this point. Thomas and I are season pass holders. Because it wasn't when you buy the regular ticket, it's only like a little bit more money to get the season pass. So it's like we live 15 minutes away. Sometimes, yeah, I want to ride the Mummy on a Tuesday night.
Sometimes
Guys, it's awesome.
the Mummy really
That's
freaks me
my
out.
dream. Yeah, and
Univer-
I wish my brother
For
liked
some
it more.
reason, the rides at Universal, I love roller coasters. I absolutely love roller coasters. But if it's like a 4D ride where there's like things happening or a storyline even that I'm being chased,
Yeah.
I get
And most of Universal are the indoor ones because they've got like their sound stages right
Yeah.
there. They're like filming stuff, so they can't have outdoor roller coasters.
I've been known to shut down a Universal ride. It was the Jurassic Park ride. I was actually so scared, and I was trying to shove myself behind Maddie, and they stopped the ride, and they came and
Guys.
asked me, and they're like, "You have to sit up," because I was trying.
If you've rode the Jurassic Park ride, it used to be when you get to the kind of, because there's always a big drop. It's kind of a boat ride. You're riding along, and then they tell you, because when we were growing up in Disney, my mom rode it with my brother, and you feel like you're going on a Jurassic World tour. You're like,
'Cause it's like a
or
Jeep.
Jurassic Park. Yeah, they're like talking about it.
Oh, is
And
this the
then-
one at Disney or the one at Universal?
So the one in Disney, Florida, was Jurassic Park. At
that one's
first, which
terrifying.
it's so you guys, you're on this
That
boat,
one
you're
is
riding,
so
and there's like
scary.
a narrator talking to you as if he's like giving you a tour, and like a river cruise, and then all of a sudden there's a split in the waterway, and you go one direction that's like danger, do not go this way, and there's like dinosaur scratches all along it, and the intercom guy is like, wait, why are you going that way? You're not supposed to go. Don't go that way. Don't go. And so you're going into the like dinosaur territory. Yeah, my mom with my little brother.
no.
When they were riding, he's not my little brother, but
No.
my brother when he was little, she starts going, oh my gosh, what's happening? She starts playing into it. I think my brother was really scared, Mom.
I was really scared, and I'm a grown
You wonder where
adult.
the trickster in me comes out. But yeah, so then so at the very end, there's a big drop, and it looks like the T-Rex is about to get you, and then you like go under it. It's amazing. It's so fun. The Universal one is Jurassic World. Yeah, you gotta see Chris Pratt everywhere. It's not great. It's not as fun, but it's got fun aspects. But at the end, again, you're in these bench boat seats. You're about to drop down. The T-Rex is coming. Oh my God, there's another T-Rex. The other T-Rex starts coming in to bite the other one. Millicent is burrowing behind me. And so the one T-Rex has come out.
Was
The
I on
second
the
one
edge or
hasn't
was
come
I
out
in the
yet.
middle?
I don't even think you were on the edge. And she's going behind me. Because usually I'll sit on the end.
Yeah,
if you don't want to be. And so she's burrowing behind me. The ride stops, you guys. Second dinosaur doesn't come out. It kind of like goes off, when the ride like pauses. Like the one when it sounds like someone intentionally stopped it.
In my head, the first thought is, thank God.
And they said something over the intercom. We couldn't hear it. We went, what? Millicent's recuperating. And then they let us go. And we were like, was that you?
It was the you have to sit up in the ride because I was trying to go.
And we were about to go down
horizontal.
a giant drop. They were like, your head's going to crack behind her. Anyway.
It's the 4D rides. They really freak me out. I have absolutely no control. I think it's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot
roller
going on.
coasters are kind of just going
Yeah.
fast and you're not really thinking about it. But I like the
I know, I
story
love
element of a 4D
Well,
coaster.
we were on the Harry Potter ride and our ride froze. My legs are dangling there. There's a whole spider part of it. We freeze in the spider part. Awful. Maddie is sitting next to me. You can't see the person next to you. It's like over your shoulder and then your feet are dangling down. Maddie puts her hand on my leg like a spider.
Know that I'm my mother's daughter.
Okay. So anyways, our story that had nothing to do with these roller coasters.
But we want to do the iFly. That's where we started.
Yeah.
But
And you
it's
understand we
vulnerable,
wanted
and
to
that could be
dog it.
perceived as cringe. But we're
That
not going to let
could
that stop
be.
us.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a great story out of it, I guarantee
Yeah.
it, when we finally iFly. But so something we did recently that could be perceived as cringe,
Mm-hmm.
but it was us authentically pursuing something we wanted to do. Our dear friend Brooklyn came into town, who we talked about last week, and I think every week before. And
She brought her son, and we had one night that our friend Tommy was like, I'll babysit.
Mhm.
And so we had one night going out.
Mm-hmm. And Jillian had come to us with this, like, people, they've been going around online that girlies were doing Adam Sandler nights, which is just like wearing baggy t-shirt and baggy shorts.
What's that?
We said, oh, a fun night out?
What are the girlies
In
doing? A
comfy
theme
clothes?
outfit? And the whole point is that you're comfy?
Yeah, we'll hop in on that.
Okay.
We'll hop in on that.
All right,
And so we had seen it from a few different people, and then Jillian had texted us when Brooklyn came into town, and we were discussing like different ideas, and Jillian was like, well, we could do the Adam Sandler one night.
Mm-hmm.
Now, dear sweet Brooklyn is one of the hardest working people we know, a mother, working,
A single mother. A queen.
a queen, and she doesn't get to go out all the time because she's a mom, and that's tough. So we were like, we don't want to take away her one night to, like, if she wants to get dolled up and feel good on a night on the town with her girls, we'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we said, hey, here's your options. We can go out and go dancing and find some good
Get
spots.
pretty,
get
feel
all nice and
good,
pretty
have a
and
nice,
up.
because getting ready is half the fun.
Option number 2, though.
If you want.
If you were interested in the concept, we
Oh.
could
Because it's going to be fun.
go to the thrift store, find baggy
Over
clothes and
like
some gym
middle
shorts,
school boy
and
outfits.
go out dressed like that.
in
And
public.
to Brooklyn's credit, and also because Brooklyn's just down too.
Yeah.
Brooklyn was like, I want to do Adam Sandler.
But she also was like, I'm going to see how I'm feeling that night. Like, because we didn't decide till the day of. And she was kind of like, let's go. Let's do it. Which was amazing to be like, okay, she evaluated.
Well, because we
And
went
she
to
went-
I think it took finding one good pair of basketball shorts at the thrift store.
So we had a blast searching
Yeah.
for him. It was a fun little quest for our day to go to different
Mhm.
thrift stores and be like, okay, let's look for like a baggy t-shirt,
Yeah.
baggy gym shorts. And so we got them. We got back to the house. We immediately start putting the clothes on. You guys.
It was electric.
Truly, I wanted like a red line of Gatorade around my mouth, like a middle school boy, to really properly fit my whole vibe of the energy I was feeling of just.
It was incredibly baggy basketball shorts for all of us. Big old t-shirts.
And we were running circles around our
Zip-ups.
apartment. We were all doing moves I've never seen us do.
Those outfits had us feeling some type of way.
Like, girlies try. If you're someone that always, because I do feel like love a girly
Love.
skirt, love a dress, love
Keep
love to do
doing
it.
it.
But let yourself have the freedom.
Yeah,
at least
just, like,
once. Just
once.
see how it feels.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Go
your
Billie
body-
Eilish.
Ain't no concerns in the club tonight.
Oh, So we are feeling good. We are getting revved up. Little baby goes to bed. Thomas comes over.
I thought you-
No,
For
he's
some-
canceled.
I was like, wait. I really had to. I was like, is that like like phrase people?
Little baby goes to bed.
Because he got canceled. I'm like, maybe that's what it
No.
is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that could
Wouldn't
be
make
the.
any sense.
That's a more fun way to say somebody got canceled. Little baby goes to bed. And you do have to say the little baby for no matter who it is.
Yeah, we went out. So vibe is electric getting ready at the house. We are all truly having the time of our lives. And we call the Uber. All of us pile into the Uber. The Uber driver on the way there, we're sitting there. And we're still excited on the way there.
Yeah.
We're still excited. We had found there was a problem, though. We had decided to do the Adam Sandler night. And we had one bar in mind that we really wanted to go to in downtown, Clifton's. It's a 5-story bar. Very fun, very weird and kooky.
Yeah.
We were like, this is the perfect bar to go to. We're hanging out before that, and we're looking at the website just to double check. What if they have a dress code?
Because some places, like a lot of like places you go out to dance at night, whether it's a bar or a club, they're just kind of like, no flip flops, no.
And this one did specifically say no sportswear, as we are all wearing basketball shorts, sneakers, like
It's not close to our house, and we would have to Uber, and I think we didn't want to risk the Uber if it was like we weren't going to be let in. So we pivoted.
And I'll tell you, it's shockingly hard to find places without dress codes to dance in LA.
Yes. And also just hard to find places to dance in general.
Let us dance
Come
just like
on.
Adam Sandler.
So
But
we
did-
finally found the best option for us.
absolutely
Shout out to
ideal.
Disco and Donuts in LA.
It was at
the
El Cid.
And it was
I think it's once a month, right?
I think so. It was
I'm going back.
I want to go back. Guys, it's exactly what it sounds like. You walk down these amazing stairs into like a Spanish looking like patio area, and they are giving out donuts, delicious donuts.
Yeah, actually free donuts.
And then you walk in and you dance.
Actually, I saw, and next time we go, I'm going to say something to her because I wish I had.
Crazy.
I see on the dance floor, I go, that woman did my tattoo. And I have a tattoo on my arm, my little like candle one. She was the one who had done it. And I was like, that's the woman who did my tattoo.
I love it. I love city living.
Yeah. Also, there for me, I'd only ever been to that venue for Futch Night, which is like a queer women's dance night. Yeah. Guys, it is
Crazy.
so crazy to go from walking in there for Futch Night and looking around at all these like LA gays and being like, oh my gosh, this is actually insane.
Yeah.
To be able to walk in and be like, oh, thank God.
We're just discoing.
The LA gays aren't here.
Yeah. Because they'll do something to you. They do something cringe wise. Like you're really perceiving yourself around in LA. Like an LA lesbian, I'm like, oh no.
I am more aware of myself.
Please don't say anything about anything I got going on. Because it'll tear me apart.
You're looking at me and you're looking right through me. I feel it.
You know everything.
So anyways, we get there. Well, hold on. We didn't get there. I'm so sorry. We skipped ahead.
Sorry, we got excited
We
about
are
the dancing
all over
part.
the place today. Frankly, we listened to Dynamite before this episode started. If you're wondering where's the song, what song have they been singing? We were listening to Dynamite. And I think that kind of just got us real excited.
Because I'll say something quickly about this. Because we've been seeing a lot of Benny Blanco content because he's with Selena Gomez now, and then they just came out with an album. And guys, I don't know, he seems like a good one.
It is actually insane to see for the first time. He is being oversaturated in terms of like I am seeing so much, and it isn't. The more that he's talking, I'm not it's working on his behalf.
Which is impressive,
which is cool. Anyways, but if you don't know this about him already, which is at this point, Google it because you'll be gagged.
He's a producer who's been working in the industry.
Any song you dance to at your middle school dance,
he was on the keys.
that was him.
Yeah.
So Teenage Dream, Dynamite,
or California.
We Are Who We Are by Kesha,
Fun.
Payphone by Maroon 5, Moves Like Jagger. What?
Guys,
anyways,
that song, ooh, kids today
love that rendition.
The album cover,
yeah,
which was insane.
So we listened to that, and I think it just got us all over the place. But we are in the Uber. We're all sitting there. First of all, I compliment the Uber driver's lights. He does not want to chat with me. I'm in the front, and I'm like, oh, I like he's like these LED blue lights. And I said something, and then he literally didn't say anything.
And he wasn't playing music, and he didn't seem like, and he
didn't
didn't
have a
ask.
headphone in.
So it was a little like.
It
felt rude to ask him to turn on music, but
he acknowledged me visually, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So then me just sitting there in my basketball shorts.
Yeah, in her middle school boy fit.
So we pull up. He pulls up to the side for us to get out of the car, and we're outside of El Cid. Now, El Cid is emptying out from the event prior, and it's just beautiful people
got
in
there
amazing outfits
to-
pouring out.
It was a flamenco dancing
Incredible.
night for
Amazing.
dinner. And we are dressed again like Adam Sandler.
And we immediately are like, okay, well, our event's not starting. We don't want to be the first ones in the
people
door
in.
at the donut party.
dressed like middle
Standing
school
by the
boys.
donut table going, oh,
And these
that
are
was
awfully
as many as we want.
Guys, the number of times it was a dream, and we'll get there. But
We have
dance,
to get-
donut, disco, donut.
Okay.
We're outside.
We were outside
People
of the
are
car,
exiting.
and that's when it happened. That's when reality hit us like a truck. Our decisions, everything up until that moment. Oh my gosh, we're about to go into like a dance party in LA dressed like this. And
Because also, like, we see people we know out, and sometimes it's like, I
And
don't
that-
want people to feel like we've said this. We don't want people to feel like we're making them the bit. Like, we just kind
Yeah.
of wanted to do this on
Also,
our own.
if it's a theme party, a part of me did start to panic because I was like, this is themed and we are going essentially against the theme, and that hurts us.
But I did see on the website they had photos of the previous events, and nobody was dressed up. Like, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
meant to just be like a come and dance kind of thing.
So we get out of the car and we immediately are like, okay, let's go down the street. There's another bar down
Yeah.
there. And that bar, we walk up to that bar. This is after first we do a quick little Adam Sandler photo shoot moment.
Which was fun.
Maddie killed it. Oh my gosh, guys. She embodied
We were
him.
trying to look like the paparazzi photos that you see often of Adam Sandler of him just kind of looking bedraggled and having the time of his life.
Yeah, being a billionaire.
So then we try to go to the bar next door. We look in the back.
We look in the back. First of all, was it you or was it Brooklyn that was like, it's like a dog
Me.
park for people?
It's okay. I'll say it because I honestly like the inside a lot. It's this bar called 4100 in LA, and it's become really, really popular lately. I think mostly because it's in Silver Lake, and there's not a ton of like bars that are big, and you know, like, one, people are ready to socialize, and two, like, you can bring a large group of friends there. So we were like, let's just go get a drink there. But looking in the back, it's like they turned the parking lot into like the patio,
Which is great when you're in there
Cool.
again. It is like,
but they fenced it in with like the long, high green chain link fence, and then like put like fake grass down, and it just feels like a dog park for influencers.
so
It's
we're
not-
on the sidewalk outside peering through the holes in the chain link fence wearing our gym shorts and everything. And we do have a moment where we turn around. We're looking at the group. The group has to discuss. We move down the block because it's like,
I think no one's making a move forward. No one's pushing us towards getting in the bar. We're looking, and we're all kind of continuing to talk about
because the
whatever
vibe
else.
in there is like cool cats.
These
and
are
not-
people that came to LA to meet other people that came to LA.
Yeah.
Like, they're socializing. They're wearing their Friday night fits.
and we're not in that zone in that moment. Our brains are Adam.
No.
You have to remember.
We were kind of there to spend time with each other.
Yeah, it
And
truly
there to
was.
meet people if they want to. But.
Yeah, and in a way, it was kind of nice because having a friend from out of town and doing something like that did insulate us in a way.
We got to be like, we're focusing on
Not-
spending time with our friends.
and that's not to say we weren't yapping with every stranger
Yeah.
we could.
But we have other nights where we'll go out and be like, let's meet people like that,
Yeah.
that also came out. But for that night, it felt nice to be like, we all want to spend time with our person
Mm-hmm.
we came with.
So we all have a discussion on the sidewalk, and we do decide, believe it or not, we decided, you know what? That doesn't feel like the vibe right now.
We're like, we've been having fun on the sidewalk. Let's just wait it out another 10 and then go into
Yeah.
El Cid. Because people were starting to show
yeah,
up already.
yeah. So we did. We get in line at El Cid. People are dressed people are dressed in all different kinds of ways.
Yeah.
But there are some girlies in some straight up like disco outfits. It was
Yeah,
really
but that
cool.
was not the majority.
No. But for the most part, we get in there, we go down the stairs, we see the donuts, clock that instantly, go up to the donut guy, start chit-chatting with him.
Yeah.
Friendly as hell.
Couldn't tell us the
Loved
name
him.
of the donut place because he was like, they didn't want to sponsor.
And we were
I was
like, that's messed up. The heck? Don't want to sponsor
great
Disco
donuts, though.
So we go, do we really get the donuts? And he was like, yeah. And so we all split one donut. This is when it started, guys.
Because we knew we were going to be coming back for a lot.
We
were
said,
like, and there was a lot of different kinds. So we
Yeah.
wanted the sample.
Yeah, and we asked him, we said, be so for real with us right now. We know how these things work. At what time is there a risk of there being no more donuts?
What's our time frame we're rocking?
And he said, I'd say we will have enough donuts through at least 11. And we were like,
we went, good.
okay, checked our watch.
Got that.
And we were like, we will be back multiple times prior to 11.
Uh-huh. I think it was about an hour.
Mhm.
And so we would get a little donut, dance a little.
Yeah.
Get a little
And
donut.
people were there to dance.
It was awesome.
If you want to like actually dance and just like like
and just have fun.
it was, and it was $8.
There was
Wasn't it
a
like
DJ
really
or I think it was like 13
13,
or something with the
which,
fees. But not-
again,
to have
donuts?
I think that's also why it felt like the people there were there to do the activity. They were there to
Mhm.
dance because they had paid a little bit of money to be there.
Mhm.
So they knew why they were there.
And it's a regular thing. So
Mhm.
a lot of these people have like met through this, which
Yeah.
is really fun. So we go in there and we're in our outfits
Mhm.
and we're dancing, and it really was just a great time. And we go back out, have another piece of donut, freak out over it. We're all feeding each other the donuts at one point because one of them is like the one that we loved the most was like cut in half and then had like cream in the middle and then was put on top with strawberries. And you
I
really
will say a different moment of being perceived as a woman is sometimes I think it is good to remember you're being perceived, because we did have to kind of be like, where are we going to be getting the wrong kind of attention? Because the next thing I'm going to say is going to make sense for us, saying that we were feeding each other cream donuts in the middle of this outdoor sanctuary.
patio, yeah.
And
we were doing it very earnestly. Like
and we were going, oh my gosh.
we were literally
So it wasn't like,
passing it back and forth,
you're like,
taking
you
bites and going,
gotta try this
"Whoa."
one.
And again, it was not for the intention of, in that moment, I think that the release that happened for us was, hey, we're here. We're in these outfits. There's no going
Let's
back.
have
We took the
fun.
jump. Let's have a good time.
Let's
and
do
we just
it.
did.
But I was gonna say it was surprising too that didn't stop the men. We had a couple different men try and come up and talk to us, and we had to kind of politely be like, "Hey, thank you, but we're not." One, look at us. Do we look like we came here to be talked to by men?
And it was also like no, it's not even the talking to us
'Cause we
first,
actually
it's
did
the
talk to-
lingering.
We talked to the donut man. We talked to the guy who
Yeah,
had
we were chit chatting.
There
with
was
all
a man
kinds.
who had a kazoo that looked like a cigarette. It was
Saw a guy
rolled
with
paper.
he's sitting there with a cigarette in his mouth. He blows kazoo sound. We said, oh.
He opens
Where'd you
up
get that?
a cigarette case and it's filled with them. He goes, "Here."
Well, no, first the guy, we said, where did you get that? He said, there's a guy you got to find. His
Which-
name's...
Oh my gosh, we have a quest. And you guys, when we found this man, he is the man in a video game you're looking for when you're on a quest. He has long hair. He's got like
Curly,
kind of a
like,
leather,
big beard.
not in like almost in like a cowboy hippie way, like a leather like back strap.
It's like a
kinda
holster.
thing.
It looks like a
thing.
holster that
But
you
there
have like
wasn't,
around your
really
shoulders.
gun thing. Like it wasn't. It's too full western.
Yeah.
But it
Then
wasn't,
like, yeah. Well, he comes up to us. He goes, heard you guys were looking for the kazoo cigarettes. And we
You're
said,
the guy.
you're him. He's so tall. Like
Yeah.
6'3".
No.
We're like,
No. Here's what happened. Brooklyn and I were talking. I think you were talking to somebody. We spotted him across the room and he was blowing it. We went, "You!" And we called him over. We start chit-chatting to him. And then that's when we were like, "We've all been looking for him. We brought you in."
right.
Guys,
Oh, yes.
to find this man.
And he said, are you trying to bum a cigarette? And we said, yes.
yeah, like
Yes.
the code.
Yes.
The
And he
kazoo
opens it up
code.
and he always says, your first one is free, which is a kazoo. And he said the other, like after that, it's like $5.
Which
And I was like,
great system.
he explained that he had started making them because
Like
a rubber
squeak-
chicken he
Yeah.
had like fallen apart, and he found the squeaker and he blew into it, and then he was like, this could fit in a cigarette, and then he like made one, and then his friend was like, you should make those, and then he did.
And he had so many. And that added what a fun injection of whimsy that night was. So we did talk to men, but there was the men that were clearly coming up to like talk to a group of girlies.
Yeah.
There was a little like,
And it was us
Ow.
truly on the dance floor, them coming up and like standing near us, and I was just like
just blocking them out.
sweating.
And you know
so
what, guys?
much.
It took too long for them to get the hint.
We were sweating so much. We did because we
We were moving, and it got warm in there, and we kind of kept planting ourselves in the corner because again, we were kind of just trying to groove with our own friend group.
It was an amazing time.
Bless.
Immaculate vibes.
But we had
And-
to fight the cringe to
Yeah.
get to that euphoric freedom.
Yeah, because if we had literally just because there is that propensity of like, oh man, did we mess up? Should we not be
Yeah.
doing this? And it's like, no, you didn't mess up unless you think you did.
Yeah.
You're
And
not
also,
going
we're
to
not
cringe
trying to-
unless you think you will.
You're not going to cringe unless you think you will.
Because at that point, if I were to decide, if we had decided not to go in because we were embarrassed, which we did literally do with 4100, but we didn't not go in because we were embarrassed. We did it because it was just like, this isn't the vibe.
we're not trying to kill other people's vibe with our vibe.
Yeah, and that one felt like it would be a little bit of like a what the
It
hell.
feels like we're trying to ask for like attention.
Yeah.
We were just
It
trying
just
to
was a different vibe.
socialize.
But with that though, it's like if you are making decisions based off of not wanting to be cringe, it's like what's controlling you? Like the potential of somebody else perceiving you
Yeah.
is what's controlling your actions, and you not doing something that you wanted to do and you knew you wanted to do before you thought about being perceived.
It's the idea of like fitting into the norm, and truly the question of what is the norm is so freeing because it's like it's just a bunch of people kind of being like, that's the one we liked. It could be
Okay.
anything. Talking about clothing, talking about
Yeah.
entertainment, talking about how do you choose to spend your free time.
Mhm.
Do what brings you healthy joy.
And Adam Sandler was what brought us healthy joy.
It really did. And
It really
because
did.
I think we saw him and I think what Jillian really latched onto about it was Adam Sandler, the way he dresses is so for him.
Mhm.
He just is like, I got nothing to prove to nobody.
Yeah, he could
I
be
do
wearing
my other art elsewhere and in my life, this is
Yeah.
how I want to dress.
Yeah. And that's amazing. But that's our little story for that. And we have a quick little activity when we come back that might make you cringe.
Oh,
I'm already doing it.
House.
When I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Guys, we're thinking about starting a folk band.
We actually did genuinely pitch that to each other when we harmonized Cotton Eye
And
Joe
don't
out
judge
on
us.
the
We're
porch.
learning.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're learning each other.
It all.
We both want
We're
to
feeling it
harmonize and we both
out.
want to do melody.
It's a safe
tough.
space
We're
to
figuring,
practice.
Yes, and
Again,
see,
lots of hobbies.
you see cringe, we see potential.
Because, yeah, we're not great at being folk singers yet.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't no Stevie Nicks.
Because what the world sees as cringe, God
Sees
sees
as
as
trying.
God sees as an
willing.
attempt to pursue. We
That's
haven't done
the
a little.
pursue.
We haven't done a formal like church voice in a second.
How
How
was
was
it?
that? Did you guys
Now,
like
don't
that?
be scared because of what we said earlier about our live show on April 26th.
It's
Go to
not,
heytherepals.com. For
not so much a sermon as
No.
it is an
a
experience.
welcoming, community experience.
You'll see.
You'll find out.
You'll all see.
Yeah.
Well, you won't all see.
But we were inspired by Cotton Eye Joe out there. We were singing it, and then I think I was inside and I was singing it slower and really feeling out the
Thinking about it.
lyrics and
It's
being
kind of like
whoa.
the Jolene.
I've been so caught up in the jig of
Yeah.
it all, going out, going
I had
in,
this necklace on.
walking. And we did that in elementary school as a warm up.
Oh
As
yeah,
in gym class.
Gym class. Yeah.
They'd be like, they just put on Cotton Eye Joe and be like, dance.
Do it.
That's what growing up in America. is
Grapevines,
like.
clapping. There you go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, kindergartens in China are doing quadratic formulas.
And incredible breakdancing.
Yeah.
So we were really moved by those lyrics to just slow them down and really see, because you can get
Think
caught up
about
in the hustle and bustle of it. But so maybe we'll do a slow rendition of that song, because it has
At some
some.
point when we hit
I
the
didn't know
studio,
Cotton Eye Joe is like a player. He's coming into these towns. He's dancing. He's making all the girls fall in love. He was just there for some fun. I don't think he means any harm, but he's a fun guy.
sometimes the carefree nature. Sometimes
be
you
held
gotta care a
down.
little bit, you know.
But I feel like it's
But
a
it's
little
not
bit
his
Harry
fault.
Styles, where
Yeah,
it's like we
it's
can't
like he
expect
can't
him to be
help
pinned
it.
down. He's got to be a free
Cotton Eye Joe
bird.
is Harry.
It's Harry
Styles. It's
Styles.
like, we get it.
We
Kind
understand.
of like the
That's a
Greek
one-to-one.
god situation. If you're
Cotton
down
Eye
on
Joe
Earth, you're gonna.
is Harry Styles to us what Zeus is to some other lower ranking. So we wanted to wrap this up.
We wanted to wrap this up, but not without potentially making you guys cringe a little. Actually, I'm already not
I'm
wanting
so
to do it. I don't
Okay,
like it.
I had pitched this idea yesterday because I was like, I feel like it's so
Oh,
popular,
woman.
and maybe let's try it, and maybe we'll have fun. Because we're not anti-trends, because there's people are clearly having fun, and we want to see if we can have fun doing the same
We'll
thing.
hop on that.
So one of the trends that was going on a while ago was people trying to make each other cringe, like with their friends, just all out cringing.
Mhm.
And so we thought we'd give it a go. We have not practiced at all.
We haven't practiced.
We've said a few lines and been like, oh boy.
Yeah, I think that it's just going to kind of be an instant cringe thing for us. So if you don't want to see us cringe, maybe like fast forward. If you don't want to change the way, if it's going to change the way you see us,
To see us go full cringe,
then like
skip ahead, please.
do what you have to do.
Mhm. Don't change your perception of us just
Yeah.
for this moment.
And we were like, okay, well, we have a buzzer that we were going to use, but then we left the buzzer inside.
And we also got a little worried that it was gonna like Pavlovian dog us
Yeah.
into being like having that knee jerk reaction, because it's
Yeah.
not a pleasant buzzer. So I'm gonna be like, oh no,
It's
I did
also-
something wrong, and that's not the goal of this.
It's also like a long buzzer. It really goes for a second.
It really
Yeah.
pauses. So we were trying to think of positive ways to reinforce the cringe of just being like, whatever, it's silly, it's fun, you're making me laugh. We both have our instruments. I have a little harmonica that Millicent got me, and Millicent has her little doodad.
My ocarina.
And so we are going to just when the other one is doing it. So then if we laugh, we'll make sounds.
Just like
so
that.
it'll be funny.
And isn't that
and
fun?
fun. So
But also, I think
who
we're
wants
just
to
trying
go
to get
first?
Do you want? I can go first.
Are you sure, brother? I'll see you on the other side. Trust, I'm right behind you.
I don't like this for my digital footprint.
Do you want to just? We could blur out our faces if we decided to.
And now that we've got a pal that is cutting things up, I'm like, don't you clip this.
Let's moving forward. We'll say that I'm probably gonna blur out our faces so that we can so we can have the peace of mind.
Yeah.
Pure reactions.
You know.
Not the person reacting. You'll be able to see our reactions, but you won't be able to see the face, the cringe face. Okay, ready? Oh no, she's turning around. If you're listening, she turned around and went, "No, I wasn't ready."
Get ready. I'm ready. I can't hold this for much longer.
Okay. You gotta say when you were going. Hang on. Okay, I'm prepping. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even say.
Were you gonna say something?
Gee, mister, do you think you could help me with this? Was that cringy or was that just weird? Let me know.
It was a little scary, if I'm being honest. It was a little
fair.
like
I don't know what my face was
Uncanny
doing right
Valley.
there. I'm scared.
it was not. It wasn't scary because it was like whoa. It was like you were being so sweet,
Mm-hmm.
but the nature of it was so intense.
Mm-hmm. All right, your turn.
I haven't thought at all about what I'm gonna do.
I hadn't either.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm really having to think of something.
Oh, it's okay. I get it. I'd say like okay.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, all right, let's wrap up the.
Okay, no, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Okay.
My precious, you feel great.
See, I found a way to divert the sound from breath to just.
You were holding it in?
A little, yeah.
Oh, I was letting mine out
Oh, okay.
because I feel like it's like we're rewarding it.
Oh,
You know?
right? We're retraining our brains.
So you wouldn't even have been able to hear me if she was letting it
Yeah.
all out.
All
She was
right.
cracking up. Are you-
okay.
Hang on.
I'm considering it. I'm thinking.
Seeing your face go through different, because you really gotta because you can quote stuff too. I feel like that's an easy way. Are you getting in a position?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Thinking.
All right. Okay. I'm prepping.
Methinks that's not the way that you spell Tyrannosaurus. I don't like it.
At the live show, we should give out harmonicas and people have to laugh through the the whole audience is just
Because then it's really sad if we're not getting laughs. There's no harmonica.
just one person.
Okay, you have to do one more.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me get. Okay.
Sometimes McGonagall's strap enter the toilet.
No, you sounded in pain. You sounded in pain.
You're scratching your throat.
It was a full body character.
Actually, I'm feeling like that was enough of that.
I feel like 2 rounds was enough. Because honestly, we do that a lot to ourselves in our own private life. So
Yeah, I kind of panicked in the moment. I don't think I realized how vulnerable I would feel.
I'm gonna blur out our faces.
Thank you.
And I think that'll be funny.
Yeah, right? You
Right?
guys like it?
Did you like kind of getting to imagine what we were doing? 'Cause
So
it was
what's
crazy.
So what's your challenge for this week?
You gotta be wondering.
Let's get down to the brass tacks of the situation.
Listen. Your
What's
challenge
your challenge this week? Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, and we recommend that you do,
Would
based on
be-
your chart.
based on your star signs, which is if all of them. Fight the cringe. Follow the joy.
Wow.
Kind of a yes and.
And what does that mean
of
for
a
you?
challenge? I think it means doing the silly things I want to do with my friends, or hobbies I want to
Mhm.
explore.
Mhm.
That I'm like, what if I'm bad at? What if
Mhm.
people make fun of me because I'm not good at it? You're not gonna be
Mm.
good at it.
Mm.
If you're starting out, you're new. You're not gonna be good at it.
Mhm.
Accept that as a part of the journey,
Mhm.
and don't worry about what other people are thinking about it.
Yeah.
Do it
Yeah.
for you.
Listen to the inkling in your heart that says that could be fun.
Yeah.
You know what? I really like that scarf. I should wear that little scarf.
I got a spark for that thing. I'm gonna try it out.
I really want to try XYZ, so I'm
I've
gonna.
been wanting to pick up this instrument. I've been wanting to learn how to paint. I've been wanting to XYZ.
I want to try that eyeliner.
Do it.
Do it.
Why
That's your
not?
challenge for the week.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Bing,
Also,
bing, boom.
guys, as of this moment, we are at 999 followers on Instagram.
You could be 1,000th.
You could do that for us.
Oh, we should do a boy band.
No, I know.
Okay,
Folk
so
band and
again, this
boy
is for the
band.
Palbum,
Yeah, this is for the album that will come one day. We promise.
but each song will probably just be a different genre.
Once we learn how to DJ, it's actually going to be.
we get to
really-
keep, you know how like with Chapel and Beyonce, it felt like they both had to kind of announce that they were going to do a country song.
Mhm.
I like the idea that on our Palbum, every song is a different genre, and so we have to announce each time. We're like,
Mhm.
and this time the pals are doing folk. We understand it's not our genre, and this time the pals are doing country. We
Yeah.
understand it's not our genre.
Yeah, we're going to try it all. We're going to dabble in all of it. Every genre you can imagine.
DJ like remixing, dubstep,
Hyperpop,
hyperpop.
Bollywood movie scores. We'll try that.
Yeah, no singing at all. Tap, just folly.
Okay, guys.
Have a great week.
Have a fantastic week. Don't do no cringing. Don't go
Don't do
cringing
my
my
heart.
heart.
Come on now. And check our website because we might have some other events popping up as well. So,
Ooh. And again, follow us on Instagram because we'll have that all there. Okay. Bye. Bye.
House. Oh